Pump Friday edition of the show. Again, if you didn't catch that, welcome to another edition of the show. It's your boy Dre Montez, and we're coming to you live from Overtime Studio. Good folk and good people. Lots to get into today. We're going to do the best we can to cover all of the bases, but in case we forget, well, I think I wrote enough things down to talk about what has happened this week and what has transpired, what is expected to happen this weekend. There's a lot of great things going on this weekend. Whether you're in the sports world, the fashion world, or the entertainment world, there's a lot of things going to keep you very, very entertained. But before we go any further, got high fives in the building, chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. Got to get in there for the real thing and make it mean something meaningful to you, as well as to the folks that are celebrating a birthday today. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you're off today, that means you're doing something right and everyone is proud of you, including us. Everyone's on board that everything is going okay for you. And to the folks that are celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. And to the folks that are off today and don't go back to work to Tuesday, that's what I talk about, someone that knows what they want to do on their Super Bowl weekend, for sure. Late birthday shout-outs from yesterday, my little brother, CJ, happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to my twin daughters, Stephanie and Charnice. Happy birthday to you all. I think lots of things went on. If your first time tuning in, you're on StreamYard, you want to see the studio version of the show, feel free to go to My City, My Music / Dre Montez. Again, My City, My Music / Dre Montez for sure. Wow. Where do we begin? From Monday until last night, the sports and well, I say from Sunday until last night, I've been wowed all week by what has transpired in the world of sports and entertainment. I really don't know where to begin. But everyone wants to talk about what's going on in Nolens. And my best voice of old Justin Wilson, get on down here to old Nolens, get yourself some old Louisiana tea. And shout out to my dude DJ Fat from Shreveport is DJing the entire Super Bowl weekend starting today up until Sunday night in the Bourbon Street ever around the Super Bowl down in New Orleans, getting it in with his DJ team. Again, my dude, DJ Fat. Shout out to you, my man. Proud of you, boy. Keep up that good work. I want to talk about something that is kind of disturbing to me that seems to be happening at a high, alarming rate in my neighborhood of South City. When I take my morning walks, I'm coming across people with these medium-sized dogs and big-sized dogs that are not paying attention. I'm talking they got their headset on or they got their head down on their phone. I'm 6'2" with the fro 6'5.5". And if you don't, I can't startle you. I can't startle your dog. You have to be paying attention. Now, you folks with your little dogs, you're going to do what you got to do. But these medium-sized dogs and these big dogs, I don't understand why you're not paying attention. You just cannot be in your headset in your own world and you get startled by somebody else. You got a big-ass St. Bernard Great Dane Rottweiler with you. That's not making sense to me. It is happening at a high, alarming rate. On my way to the studio today, 4 people were walking their dogs, didn't see me. I startled them, and they have a dog. Explain that to me. We got to do better, people. We got to do better. We already know you love dogs more than you love your own kids and parents. We know that. You've proved it to us by your license plates and your behavior last month. We get it. We understand it. But for you folks, these medium-sized dogs and large dogs, I'm to the point I hope they run away from your ass and somebody else get them that knows how to appreciate them and walk the dog properly. The walk is not for you. The walk is for the dog, people. Can we walk the dog? Can we get back to that? One more thing I get off my chest. What's going on in middle school in high school basketball games. What happened? Why is the anger? I've never known so many kids get in each other's face during a basketball game. Fights are breaking out. Parents, students, referees, kids are getting pew. What is going on? I told you my suggestion last month. I am not letting any parents in the game, no friends, no relatives. Only ones coming in the game to watch are the players, the game officials, and security. That's it. Y'all want to watch you want to watch your kid play? You're gonna watch it on a live stream at home. At home. You're not even allowed on the school premises no more because the parents are fighting too. I challenge you all, if you have a child in 6th grade up to senior year in high school right now in your home, I challenge you to check out their social media because that is where it's starting at, on social media. They're fighting over a post on social media, a pic of an ex, a pic of their current girlfriend, some shoes somebody got, somebody flexing their cash. Check your kids' social media. Let's cut down on these problems. Let's get back to parenting. Can we do that? But you don't want the streets raising your kids. We've seen the end results of that from the 80s and the 90s. Didn't go well, did it? We need you parents to step in. Turn it up a notch. You're not working. You're working from home. You door dashing when they're at school. What is the issue with these kids being so high in violence 6th grade on up? Only one I can talk about is basketball, because that's all I'm seeing all over the interwebs is basketball. There's been a few news stories in the morning talking about the same thing. What is going on with these kids' behavior? Is it the lack of food? Lack of contact at home? No voice in the house? Holding in too much frustration? There is no sportsmanship anymore. I just see anger. They call it swag. No, that's anger. None of these kids right now today from 6th grade on up would be allowed to play sports with that type of behavior in the 80s and 90s. No. Coach don't want to win that bad. I don't get why you make a shot, you got to jump in somebody's face. You got to call somebody the W word or the N word. What happened to sportsmanship? Teach that. You're supposed to be building what? Team building skills, making friendships. Learn how to do things fundamentally. You're supposed to learn from participating in sports, not get angered by participating in sports. And if your parents are the ones that are instigating this, thinking they're a better referee, have your parents get their own damn league. Have your parents start their own league. It is getting embarrassing. As many basketball games I want to go to here locally in St. Louis, I am terrified. Terrified. Whether I'm with somebody that got a pew or not. You should not be, that should not even be an option. We're going to watch kids play basketball. It is getting just awful to watch. It really is. But it is Fist Pump Friday, and lots of people are talking about the big game that is taking place in New Orleans. Are you prepared for the people that's coming to your house to watch the Super Bowl? Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Lots of people still haven't cleaned up yet. And today, Friday, knowing you had to work today, knowing you got errands to run tomorrow, you gotta dictate duty to everybody. You gotta derelict the duty out there to people to help you up. Are you telling people to bring snacks? Who has food allergens? You gotta check out for all this. Where's the smoke room at? Is there enough parking for us in your neighborhood? You gotta put all this together. And if anybody shows up late to the Super Bowl party, I'm talking the game has started, you're not allowed in. You're not allowed in. No drama talk, nothing. We don't want to hear about your kids, your job, how bad your car situation is. Oh, I got to help and find a place. We don't hear about none of that. We're only talking football. It is our day. That's the last football game of the year. You will respect our wishes. Well, as I said, this has been a wild week. Started on Sunday night for me. Started on Sunday night. I didn't believe what I saw. So I rewatched it again. The Grammys, red carpet. Just the red carpet. I had to watch it again. What is going on? If you can make good music, vocally, instrumental, great dancer, you're 5'2" entertainer. What happened with the wardrobe and your behavior in public? What happened? How does it change that much? Does Hollywood have that much of influence over artists we used to like 5-10 years ago? Now, I couldn't tell you to name any artist that has an actual name that's phonetically spelled. I'm not doing with no dollar sign, a backwards B, a upside down P, a Q, a R, and a number. And that's supposed to be somebody's name? What? The clothing. Fashion is what you make it. Fashion. I went through my little phase where I like to wear bell bottoms and dashikis for about a good 10-year stretch. Pimp my sideburns in the fro. But that was commonplace. I never went through the jogging suit phase. Never went through that. The jumpsuit. No, never went through that. No. But now we're wearing pants that are so big you can get 4 people in there, 4 grown people. There's no coordination. Everybody's wearing sunglasses, no whether the sun is out or not. I just don't get what happened with the music and entertainment industry of the word. I don't even want to use the word normalcy. I can't relate to Hollywood and entertainment world right now. I could name you 5 current artists right now. When I see these actual people, I'm like, oh, so that's who that is. Then I have to hear the song. Oh, that's who sings that song. But I got to stop. I'm going to try to move forward this summer and learn some of these new artists that are out there. Because I just can't figure out what the hell is going on. It's like they forgot the upbringing. They have nobody in their corner that cares about them, that loves them. They have coattail riders. That's it. They have yes men and yes women. That's it. I don't understand how they do it. I don't know what happens in that household, in that Smith household, meaning Will and Jada Smith. Something going on in that house. Something is going on. There's no way. That was a cool damn family 20 years ago. Cool family. Now, they don't even talk to each other. They all act abnormal. They do things in public. You just say to yourself, what is going on here? That's fashion? I don't want no part of it. Those 3 things right there have confused me on this Fist Pump Friday edition of the show. People walking medium-sized dogs and large dogs don't pay attention in South City. The violence at these basketball games from 6th grade up to high school level. And what the hell happened? The red carpet at the Grammys. Let's get why we all here. What's going to happen Sunday in New Orleans? The NFL has been full of surprises. Probably the best season we had, regular season, statistically. If you did not watch the NFL Honors last night, Snoop Dogg hosted it. I get they need to throw a little comedy in there. I get it. But some of them are just, athletes don't have thick skin. No, they do not. No, quarterbacks and receivers, oh, God, be careful. Be careful. They're getting their feelings. They're getting their feelings. Quarterback receivers, they get in their feelings when they get highly criticized or questioned about their style of play or why they didn't win the game. You can mess with a baseball player. You can mess with a hockey player. Basketball, I don't know. Hold on. But with that season that we had, it has brought about the question what Roger Goodell wants to do, a possible 18-game season. People saying he's not going to do it. It's too much on today's player. But what if they took away preseason? What if they took away preseason? Give you 2 buys, and the NFL wants to run from Easter until Labor Day into Easter. That's how the NFL wants to run. If Roger Goodell had his choice, he wants NFL Super Bowl Sunday to coincide with President's Day. Talk to me, huh? They already got the Pittsburgh Steelers opening up in Australia. From way down under mighty. Oh, it's the people of Australia. My name's Dre Montez. I'm from Walker Creek, Australia. Pleased to meet you. They're going to Australia, Pittsburgh. Everyone's leaving the country to play football. Roger Goodell is up to something. Building that revenue, giving the owners more money. The players about to get more money. The bags in the NFL about to go crazy. I don't think like berserk in Major League Baseball. And that's a whole nother story. Get a cap. But I could see how the influence at the winter meetings are going to go with the NFL and Roger Goodell talking with the competition committee, the Players Association, and the owners about a potential 18-game season. Because 17 just don't seem right at all. Not to me. Doesn't seem right at all. No. Doesn't seem right. But the NFL honors last night. Heard a lot of discussions this morning already about Eli Manning not get in the Hall of Fame. You want Eli to get in on the first ballot. You trying to tell me you wanted Eli Manning to get in on the first ballot of the Hall of Fame? And the only thing you can say, he beat Tom Brady twice, and he's Peyton's brother. That's it. That's not getting you in the Hall. Look at his numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame, but not a first ballot. No, not a first ballot at all. I am proud Jared Allen got in. Skull, he got in. Eric Allen, his eyes are not real. Antonio Gates. Talk to me. And my man, Sterling Sharp, got in. Been the shortest Hall of Fame induction class since 2005. Being on that committee has to be a hard decision. I plan on going to Canton this summer, and I just want to go in that first ballot room. I just want to go in there. Just leave me in on. Let me walk in this first ballot room and see what's up. Let me see what the hap is. Let me see what the hap is. But the NFL wants to really go to 18 games. We'll break down the game a little bit more in a few. But speaking of the NFL Hall of Fame, the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame in Kansas City is investing $30 million in an upgrade. And it started out as one room, formerly known as the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame. Now I call it the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. They're getting a $30 million upgrade. They're going to put a hotel. They're going to put a building in honor of Buck Owens, a movie theater that plays predominantly African-American movies, black movies, that plays that. But the museum, if you haven't been there, do yourself a favor and go. And there's a jazz museum right next door. So you can do both. You can do both. And I think the museum in Kansas City is free until the end of the month. So check that out if you get a chance. Moving right along. And I think the most conversation of news that took place this week is what happened in the NBA trade deadline. As a Laker fan, many questions came about who knew. How can you keep a secret like that? Between the people that were involved, I can see that happen. Because usually sports secrets don't last. There's been some trades that fell apart in Major League Baseball because people had a big mouth. You remember the chaos that went behind the secrecy of Manny Ramirez signing with Boston? They were trying to keep the secrecy down. So I can see that. But still, for the simple fact that the Lakers have Luka Doncic, and we just picked up a 7-footer from Charlotte, Marcus Williams, So I got a 7-footer. Mark Williams, a 7-footer from Charlotte. He gives you 16 and 10. But the only thing that bothers me, he can't stay healthy. He's only played 84 games out of 212. That's not good math. That's like a Joel Embiid type numbers. But if he can stay healthy and play ball the way he was playing ball with Charlotte, that 16-10, that could go with the Lakers and Luka and LeBron and the rest of the supporting cast. I'm not saying we're going to win the NBA championship, but I feel even more secure and more positive that we're going to go real deep in the playoffs. I like the way the NBA shook up things. You traded AD for a 25-year-old star that's been in the league for 7 years, who's one of the top European players. The European dollar's about to go nuts in LA. Talk about marketability. Watch. It's going to be an explosion like when Dirk came in the league that I told you in that documentary on Paramount, Game 7. When they first brought up the European explosion. But now, being in LA, this could go away for Luke and his family in a way they never saw coming. But I like the way they shook up everything. Jimmy Butler. I like the videos and the skits that's been going around the interwebs and social media about the potential actions of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green in their first practice. These guys are good on the internet that make up these videos, pretending to be LeBron, Draymond, or Anthony Davis, and Steph Curry. These videos are hilarious that they put out there. But if this does work out for Golden State, I like it. I mean, watching the game last night, we had them up by 20 points at one point. You know, it's something missing from Golden State. Steve Kerr's doing a great job, but you're trying to get guys to do something that five can't do when that particular offense is out there. You can't call enough substitution timeouts to keep up with some of these teams based on the players that you have and their skill set. We all know Golden State can shoot and they can go on a run, but defending the lead and coming back from way down, that's been the struggling point with the Golden State Warriors the past few years, and they've been trying to figure it out. But now that everybody has their money and everybody seems to be allegedly happy, because we all know NBA players are the most angriest damn people on the planet. They don't smile. It's like they don't even want to be on the court. They do those fake smiles, and then after the interviews, when the games are over with, they want to play. Shout out to the counselor. They want to play then. But the attitude across the NBA, across the board, just watch an NBA game, turn the volume down. Just look at the body language of the guys on the bench, the guys on the court doing a timeout. Just body language, they don't want to listen. They all over the place. All over the place. What your coach used to tell you in Little League? You're not going to look at me, son? You're not going to look at me, son? Nobody does that anymore for sure. But hopefully we'll get back to that status of everybody giving respect to one another and understanding the method and the terminology behind do your job. What's so hard about doing your job? Not somebody else's job, your job. What's so hard about that, huh? Talk to me. People try to explain it all the time about doing your job, but nobody wants to do it. But I still can't believe the NBA kept that on the hush-hush. Can you imagine if that was in the NFL? Adam Schefter would have told everybody. We got a 3:12 a.m. tweet from Adam Schefter. Oh, my God. MLB, Major League Baseball, the NBA has just done something impossible. Because that man tells everything. He can't keep a secret for an hour. He can't keep a secret for an hour. No matter how minute it may seem, Adam Schefter gonna tell the people. Had a little history made last night in women's college basketball. Had a little history made in college basketball last night with my women. UConn Huskies and my Lady Vols of Tennessee matched up. I'm a Lady Vols fan. We have not beat UConn since 2007 in the days of Candace Parker, and may she rest forever. Coach Pat's up. The communication factor in women's college basketball, in women's softball, in women's professional fast pitch softball, off the charts. Off the charts. They talk to each other. They're not just putting their hands on their hips and nobody lips moving. They're listening, they're pointing, they're chest bumping, they're dabbing it up. They're getting that communication out there and what needs to be done, what cannot happen no more. She told homegirl last night, don't foul no more. Don't foul anymore. Just bag up. And the mic picked it up. I love that type of communication. But Tennessee won that game last night. And we hadn't beat UConn since 2007 because Gino always puts a squad out there. It was some phenomenal women's college basketball games on yesterday. So that's the one thing I love about Super Bowl that week we get with no football. I'm not counting flag football. That's bullshit. That week they give us, basketball goes through the roof. We got spoiled by the men over the weekend. Now they got us with the women this week. Oh, boy. And was it good? Then the game after that was Stanford against Notre Dame. If you haven't heard who Hannah Hidalgo is, she's a sophomore for Notre Dame. Notre Dame caused 29 turnovers last night and 16 steals. When coach write that on the board, you lost that game. When you write those two stats up there, somebody come in and say, oh, you lost. You lost bad, didn't you? Oh, yeah. That was a beatdown. I think it's going to be a real exciting February and March for women's college basketball. It's some ballers out there. But I enjoyed both of those games last night, UConn and Tennessee. Shout out to my Lady Vols, and as well as Stanford and Notre Dame. Hannah Hidalgo, who is up for Player of the Year again in the ACC. Just watch her play defense. Just watch that woman play defense. The way her feet, legs, and arms and her head doesn't move. It stays right there. She's right here. She's just D'ing you up. It is a beautiful thing to watch. So pitchers and catchers report next week. But there are questions surrounding this baseball team, the St. Louis Cardinals. What's our identity? Who's our marquee player? Who's our number one pitcher? Who are we promoting to the baseball world on this team for its marketability? Who are we doing that for? I have no idea. What are Cardinals Network going to be called this year? I have no idea. I don't know if it's a rumor, but it's circulating out there that Nolan Arenado wants to go to the Red Sox. What are we supposed to do? Every beat writer keeps saying the Cardinals are going to have a breakout year. They're not going to have the year that you think they're going to have. This lineup, this team wants to get out there and play. Show me. I'm tired of reading about baseball. I'm ready to see some games. It seems like baseball has been gone for a year, doesn't it? And do we really need a salary cap in baseball? Based on what the LA Dodgers did last year and this year. Last year, they had a $325 million payroll, I believe. But this year, they have a $373 million payroll. How you compete with that? They're getting the best of the best that are good at their craft at that right prime age to, hey, I can use my skill set here with the way this team is playing. And I love the camaraderie of the Dodgers. That's what other athletes are saying about the Dodgers. They're having fun. They're smiling. Mookie Betts smiles the whole damn game. Freddie Freeman is that dimple chin. That whole team just happy. And baseball players, they're the only ones, I think, out of the four major sports that has that memory relapse in the middle of a game, and they think about the time they were a kid and they just start smiling. Football, you got to be angry as hell to play. Hockey, you got to hate everybody in hockey to play good. Basketball, you just got to block out everything. But baseball, the smell, the sound of the game, the PA announcer, the uniforms, the rituals, the simplicity of the game, it is something to be admired. I tell everyone, baseball is the most romantic sport I can watch. It's like watching your favorite rom-com, whatever it may be. Baseball is like that to me, especially day baseball. Oh, buddy. Oh. Listening to it on the radio, remember the days of my Gma. Listening to the game, watching on television on the patio at a bar, your favorite watering hole, and it's nobody there but 3 to 5 people. Beautiful. Going to a day baseball game and sitting in your favorite section. Oh, my God. Baseball has it all. Football and hockey, you got to. Basketball, you need a TV there, too. You got to do all this. But baseball, you can follow it from anywhere in the state. You know, they have this thing called Radio Row in preparation to get ready for the Super Bowl. Now, with the invention of podcasting and all these other ways to get content out there, it's not just radio and television personalities anymore. It's everybody. So that's being said, you know you're going to hear and see some crazy things. Oh, boy. I don't know if you guys watch any of the segments of Radio Row, but Chad Johnson and James Harrison, I don't think it was scripted. The way he was talking to James Harrison and the way James Harrison was responding back, these two allegedly are going to put together an MMA fight. Chad Ocho Cinco, that does nightcap with Unc, Shannon Sharp. They had Marvin Harrison on. And they just get to going off on each other. I'm going to whoop your ass. You ain't going to whoop nobody else. Like, what is going on here? It's not a script. I mean, they were going at it. And Ocho said he's going to slap another dude in the mouth for just saying that James Harrison is going to pick him up and body slam him. He's like, how you going to say that about me? I'm going to hit you in your mouth. You said it again. This is in their show that they got in New Orleans. They took the nightcap to New Orleans. Everybody took their show to Nolens. And also, Chad Johnson shared something to me I thought was a little bit personal. Everybody's had money situations. You got to do what you got to do what you got to do. We understand it as long as it's legal. We get that. As long as it's legal. Everyone has done something. So he said he got into the little porn industry. Make a little change, make a little something. Then he said he added a couple inches to his manhood. He said he went from 3 inches to 11 inches. Chad Ocho Cinco said that on Nightcap Radio Row on Wednesday. Said it was a 15-minute surgery. These athletes are sharing too much. He said he used to use his teammates' urine to heal faster. Now, we all know that's that's anybody that has a grandmother, grandparent, great-grandparents from the South. You have heard some strange remedies to heal yourself when you played sports. You have. What is the weirdest or strangest thing you ever did to heal from an injury? What have you done? What have you done to heal from an injury that now you think about it, you're like, hold on, that's a little bit unorthodox. Maybe I ought to keep that to myself. I've heard some strange things that baseball players have done to get out of a hitting slump. Don Manley wearing a pink thong. Who was that? Was that Wade Boggs that would urinate on his hands to bring his calluses out to grip the bat better? Baseball players are very superstitious, especially, say it with me, pitchers. They got to eat the same meal. They don't want to bang that day. They don't want to stay at home with the wife. They want to stay at the hotel. They have a certain ritual of going to the ballpark, the way they put their uniform on, who they sit by, their pregame music. Baseball players on a whole new level to get in the mode to get on that mound and get out there and do their job. I don't knock it. I think if you play sports, you had some rituals that you went through. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to walk off by yourself. Get your mind right. Then get back with your brotherhood and get them on your level. I can get with that. But Chad Ochocinco, he shared a whole lot this morning. Just, If you just tuned into the show on this Fist Pump Friday edition of the show, it's CertaPro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday. And it is your boy, Dre Montez. And this is one of the most exciting weekends that I'm excited about everything that's happened. From the music, from women's college basketball, men's college basketball, Super Bowl preparation shows, and then itself, the big game itself. So it's a lot that goes on into it. But again, if you're hosting the Super Bowl at your house or you rented out a venue, what time you want people there, and what's the latest someone can go. And no in and out, none of that. Well, I got to go pick up my kid. Your kid better wait till the game over with. You're not walking in front of the TV. Rude. 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 And if the food is not ready by 5 o'clock, you need to be ashamed of yourself. Speaking of superstitions, as a sports fan, do you do anything that is superstitious to you, that if you don't do it, you think you're going to jinx your team? Like, you got to have your favorite socks on. You got to wear the right bra, speaking to the women fans, because, you know, women come out of nowhere for the damn Super Bowl. Oh, this is my team. I've been following them all year. This is my team. No, you have not. Men put on their favorite ripped underwear from high school still. In the days I believed in underwear on men and women, I challenged that theory of how long I could keep a pair of underwear. And wife 3, at the time, she threw away my favorite underwear that I wear when I play ball. They were Rip City. The band was barely on there, but they were comfortable. They were comfortable. But superstition in sports, when you're watching your team play, when you're watching your team play in the Super Bowl, you want to make sure you got your colors on, your hat, whether you're rocking it. Did you eat breakfast? You got to do everything the same because it's your superstition. And if anyone disturbs that piece or that space of you doing what you need to do before the game is played and they lose, furniture moving time. Furniture moving time. Well, I think it's time now. Let's break down what could possibly happen in this game. Everyone knows that Patrick Mahomes, this was not his greatest statistical year, but it's still Patrick Mahomes. That's still Andy Reid, still the Kansas City Football Chiefs. By adding D-Hop and Worthy, that's cool. We know what they can do with Jones on defense. But here's where I see the advantage coming for both of them. Kansas City on defense. Buffalo, you might not want to hear this. Buffalo fans, walk away. Walk away from the TV right now, or the radio or your phone. Just walk away. Y'all time, because y'all don't want to hear this. Kansas City can't stop the run. When Buffalo was running the ball, they were making progress. And then they said, let's give it to Josh. And he couldn't get 6 inches twice. So Kansas City cannot stop the run. On the other side, Philly runs a counter better than anyone in the NFL with Saquon for what? Barkley, MVP. Also, Kansas City has an advantage point when it comes to the tight end and Patrick Mahomes running that same bootleg he been running for 18 games that nobody can seem to stop. It's the same play. Just put somebody right there. But you know why? Because Philadelphia does not have the speed at linebacker to cover that play at all. So I see the weakness in Philadelphia's linebackers. I see a strength in their defensive line as well as their offensive line. They got the strength in the running game. Receiving core, I'm going to give them the same matchup. Tight end, Dallas Goedert, he can do his thing. But he's no Travis Kelce, and Travis Kelce's not Dallas Goedert. So I'm going to give it maybe a point differential in the tight end situation. Special teams, they both pretty good at special teams. The kicking game itself, I have to give Kansas City the advantage in that. Now we got to put all this together, put it in a blender, and make it make sense to give us a great football game. I don't want to blow out the way Tampa did Kansas City. I don't want to blow out the way Denver did Carolina. I want a game within 10 points. Well, at some point, both teams had a chance to take over the game. Not because of the Zebras, but because of good defense. Or somebody got bad hands. Because players do get nervous. The Super Bowl is a different stage. Everybody that has been there says the same thing. It's different. It's a different stage than regular season football. It just feels different. They all have said it. If you don't believe me, watch the Super Bowl special tomorrow on the NFL Network. When they go through the past Super Bowls, they got that voice. It was a cold and illustrious day at Green Bay Field that day as the Green Bay backers were preparing to go to the Super Bowl. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, huh? Uh-huh. But that's what we want. That's what we want. I've never been to a one-sided Super Bowl party. Hosted my very first Super Bowl party, 1988. Showing your age. Damn right I am. Proud of it. But I thought about something. I've never watched the Super Bowl with my dad since the 70s. The last Super Bowl I saw my father, the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the LA Rams. That's the last Super Bowl I watched with my father. Now I either stay home, I watch with various people, or I go to someone's house. Used to go to the man cave, but I'm going to the counselor in Tessa's house this year. Looking forward to that. It's against my religion to go to a bar and watch the Super Bowl. Because you know what happens at a bar? Somebody's going to walk in late, look at the TV and say, who's winning? They do it all the time. These are sighted people that do that. They'll walk right in, pulling their coat off. So who's winning? What's going on? Where you been? Where have you been? Church is out. Church lets out early on Super Bowl Sunday. You can get out of church by 12:30, 12:45. So what's the excuse why folks are running late to get to Super Bowl parties? And then here's my favorite right here. When people who don't like football want to talk out loud on how ridiculous the game is and how it's fake and scripted. And they want to talk out loud. People like you are what I call narcs. You're a non-athletic real person. And they do exist all over the place. Those of you know who you are. You know those non-football fans, those non-sports fans, just wear shirts and hats because they can match with it, but they have no idea what it means. I find it offensive. I see a Kansas City Royal hat in the bar while I'm watching a Cardinal game. Why are you here, sir? A Cub fan watching the game with me. What? Well, I just like the colors. What were you people raised at? They were raised in non-sports homes. It's like people that go to strip clubs just go there to talk to people. They don't drink. They just buy bottled water. Don't even get a lap dance. Don't even go in the VIP room. Don't even go to the stage. Why are you here? It's like people at dispensaries. I don't think none of those people smoke weed. They never look high. They never look high. Go to the liquor store. 2 people work there fucked up already. But the dispensary, they're so chipper and happy. They look fake, shirt tucked in. The gig line is right. They're coordinated in colors. Sarah's hair is up. No. I want a dispensary to look like somebody's basement or a garage or an attic. Poster crooked, an old couch with that retro look, a dog in the backyard look like he ate in 2 weeks. Now that is a dispensary. The TVs are unruly and they're just too big. The music, I just don't trust dispensaries. It sounded like a good idea until I went to one and just really scoped out the place like, hold on. These people are not high. I just can't trust you. It's like trusting somebody you watch college football with that say they don't drink. Get out. I'm not yelling at the TV with anybody sober. Get out. You got to have rules and regulations set up for your Super Bowl. If you don't, you will have people showing up late, telling you they got food allergens, and then have the audacity to bring a kid under the age of 5. No, we're not doing that. No, not at all. Not doing that. Again, I want to know what's going on with the St. Louis Cardinals. I keep hearing these rumors that are disturbing to me. If we lose another player and we don't get anyone in return, how are we supposed to be okay with that? I just don't get it at all. Well, folks, I put it in the blender. The Super Bowl matchup, Kansas City and Philly, and the blender just showed me. I made a whole smoothie out of the pros and cons of what I'm going to see this Sunday expectedly. Not the commercial, not the halftime show, but Kendrick, he better be better than that woman on Christmas Day on Netflix. That's all I'm telling you. Again, shout out to my boy DJ Fat down at the Super Bowl in New Orleans doing his thing tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday night as well. My dude DJ Fat from Shreveport, or Port City as they call it for sure. Don't forget, guys, we got the softball series going on. We're inviting players, coaches, tournament players specifically, and tournament directors will come on and talk about the upcoming season. You can hit me up on any of the social media feeds, inbox me, get at me. We can have you on the show in studio, or I can have you call. We'll put you on a Google Meet on the 65-inch in the studio. So get at me. Well, folks, as they say, it's time to get up out of here and get my Super Bowl weekend going and started. To the folks at StreamYard, thank you so much for tuning in. Woohoo! Woohoo! And we'll see you next time, StreamYard, for sure.